The Maturity Project. I am your host, Chad Everett Broshears, or Chad Everett Broshears to some. Uh, what was coming, so this is coming to mind and has been pretty interestingly heavy on my mind lately. And let's say heavy is not the right word for it. It's just been on my mind quite a bit lately. And that is that every little thing that I intentionally, like all the little things I've listened to, things that I have intentionally put forth into helping me develop, is showing that none of it was wasted. Like, none of the time was wasted. The only time that I could say might have been kind of less effective and less desirable as far as the outcome, or feeling like it was wasted, if you will, was the time that I just decided to drown things out. Whether it's just I don't want to think or deal with this certain thing, so I turn on the radio and listen to music, or just do something that was pushing me further away from my goals. So yeah, I'm just thinking about that, and how I started on a mission in my 20s to self-educate. And when I realized that it was my option, it was my choice to do so, that's whenever I made the choice. And at 44, so I chose that around 28, I want to say, maybe 27, where I actually verbally chose it versus the choosing it because you're like, oh, okay, it's cool, somebody else made me think of it. No, this was with full intention. Yeah. So with that, I started that track, and then every little thing, it just starts to notice, like, how some environments that I get involved in that have not been involved in prior, I seem to have a more of a functional ability with a degree of confidence that isn't disappointed after. Not confidence to the point of arrogance, just a sense of confidence of, don't be scared of this moment, don't be afraid of it, don't cower, don't pull back, don't restrict yourself. You have what's necessary to function here, and going at it with that kind of confidence. Not the other where it's just like pompous, arrogant, whatever. So so all of this stuff has mattered. It all did, and there really was no time wasted. Although I can say that it's not really time wasted, but I would say that I have spent time just licking my wounds, if you will. And again, that's what I had mentioned to her. I had spoken about recently, just a few minutes ago here, or a minute ago. It was just about the turn on the radio and not deal with something or avoid something. So it's not a negative. It's not a knock on people that do that. I just realized that it's not something that benefits the future that I want. So I need to face what I need to face. But in the beginning of this journey, my ability to face everything that I wanted or needed to face seemed like an all-out assault against me, because it was constantly just, dealing with all kinds of upsets that, with people in my life or with myself or whatever, because I was changing the path of my life. Some people didn't like it as much because I was changing the familiarity that they had with me. That's what happens when you get onto your goals and you realize there's discipline that you need, so you don't, as an example, you don't go out and drink whenever you're invited, every time, or you don't do things that are, that take you away from your goal. So if you can wake up early and you can have a clear mind, and your goal is something structured or organized, and that requires, sleeping patterns that get you well rested, then you really should start looking at that as a behavior to start taking on. Not to do a full revamp and change your life tomorrow. That's entirely too stressful for most people. Actually, I don't know if anybody's capable of doing it, really. Depending on how far away the goal is that they want. And then if they're changing their life to get to that goal and it's something nearby, then, whatever parts of their life that's changed. But to do 360 degrees of who you are is pretty significant. And how do you measure that anyway, really? So, but when I say like a full change of who you are, it does disrupt people because they're familiar with the pattern and habit that you have, the speech patterns that you have, the way you interact with them, the emotional aspects to it, You know, like when you're hanging out with somebody and you're not quite as open as you used to be, or you're not talkative like you were the week before or whatever, and people immediately, because there's a change in your behavior, think something's wrong or off. You know, and probably in most instances there is, in the sense that the person may be going through something that needs the support of their group. But there's also the other side of it, which is I like it when you're that way. I like it when you're a little more codependent. You know, I like it whenever you take my opinion and you don't push back. You know, I like it whenever, I tell you where we're going to eat because you don't say anything. You know, or I like it whenever I get to tell the group where we're going to eat and nobody says anything, but now you are. What's wrong? What's going on? Are you challenging me? You know, that kind of stuff. There's all kinds of things that happen that are, that are under the surface. You don't really realize it's an environment that they're playing in, that you yourself are inadvertently playing in theirs, but you also have your own. You know, everybody's this, pretty much everybody writes themselves into the story as being their own, being the star of their own movie. You know, it's, who would really write themselves to be a supporting role? No, it's, I mean, I'd say that there aren't people that would, but I can't see that. You know, even if you're somebody else is like holding a major role in the movie that's centered around, the supporting actor, makes it that's actually not the supporting actor, it's the main, and a supporting actor could be the authority-based, a seeming authority-based person. I'm trying to think of one of the movies that would be a great example of that. That's popular, but top of my head I don't have it, but I could probably get to one. But I don't want to belabor us with that for now. Anyway, we write ourselves in. Excuse me. We write ourselves in to be the most important person in the movie. Because, I mean, if you don't, who will? You got to take good care of yourself, and the world tells you that your attention shouldn't fall on you, or how to have a healthy relationship with other people is based on things that they have not quite assessed in you, and or assessed about who you be. They're just, this is the ideal type of person, so therefore you should behave this way. Whatever it is that they create these behavioral programs by. Anyway, I digress. Actually, that's one of my fun little traits. I go off on little tangents that may not necessarily correlate for some people, but they track well with me. But anyway, okay. Well, yesterday mattered. Every little decision you've made, the stuff that I've, put into my head and made purposeful for myself to develop in, has really started showing up. And it is incredible and impressive to see it showing up with confidence in places that I haven't really been, or haven't really done much with, or haven't really had a whole lot of experience in, or any experience in. And it is comfortable to just say, I've got this, and to kind of let that second nature take over and do what it needs to do. It's pretty cool. So practice. It's the same as like an archer. And practice. You just keep doing it relentlessly, keep getting beat up, blisters and all the rest of that stuff, boredom, everything else that comes with the process of mastery. You have to work your way through everything. And then you get to second nature, where you draw and pull, you draw and let release with this less aim than you did in the beginning, because your body's so well calibrated. Same thing. So, all right. Till next time, I am your host, Chad Everett Broshears, or Sir Chad Everett Broshears to some. This is the Maturity Project, and this is number 26, and it is All the Little Things Matter. All right, till next time. Do like and share the video. Share this with people in your life that you feel might actually be able to break away and break into another conversation. And feel free to comment in the comment section. Not telling people how to live their life, just telling them how I live mine and how it seems to be working, and what I've learned by teaching other people and how to make themselves more functional. So, all right. Well, till next time. We got a world to change. Let's get started with ourselves first. All right, see ya.